has become one of the most persistent and complex environmental challenges that modern China is facing. And Changsha province stands as a stark example of the conflict between nature, infrastructure, and the rapid pace of urban development. Located in the central part of the country, where gentle hills embrace vast floodplains, Changsha was once blessed with tranquil rivers, with the Xiang River seen as the lifeline of the region. Yet, ironically, this very river has frequently become the cause of devastating floods. Over the past few decades, the province has witnessed a clear increase in extreme weather events, especially heavy rainfall. Days of relentless downpours have turned the once peaceful river into violent flash floods. Residents here have long been accustomed to rising waters, but now the floods are not only more frequent but also more destructive than ever before. Behind this reality lies a combination of climate change, deforestation, and the dizzying speed of urbanization. Every year, tens of thousands of residents live in constant anxiety. Many families must be prepared for sudden evacuations, facing property losses and an uncertain future after each storm season. Changsha's subtropical climate subjects the region to humid air masses and long rainy seasons throughout the summer months.
No! Oh man! No! Oh! Kiva yaptı?
4, 5, 6. Wow! Live है ये live. Live टूट गया, देखिए कितना भयंकर.
Just a single episode of abnormal heavy rainfall can quickly saturate the ground, push already swollen rivers over their banks, and inundate homes, farmland, and roads. Urban development, once a source of pride for Changsha, has ironically worsened the situation. Cities have sprawled with dense networks of roads, parking lots, and concrete buildings, stripping the land of its natural ability to absorb water. Rainwater has nowhere to seep into, instead rushing off as surface runoff, overwhelming the drainage systems. Low-lying city districts become massive water pockets where floodwaters stagnate for days, causing severe disruptions to daily life. In rural areas, the consequences are equally devastating. Crops are submerged, irrigation canals are blocked, and homes sit under murky floodwaters. Small farming households, already struggling to make ends meet, are left devastated as just one flood can wipe out an entire season's worth of labor and income. When food supplies are affected, the chain reaction ripples through the entire supply network, plunging rural economies deeper into hardship. The story of flooding in Changsha is no longer just a natural disaster. It has become a test of humanity's ability to adapt and respond to a warming world, where extreme rains and destructive floods may soon become the new normal. To cope with this growing threat, local authorities and community leaders in Changsha have been working tirelessly to reduce the risks. Large-scale flood defenses such as levees, flood walls, and upgraded drainage systems have been expanded. riverbanks have been reinforced, and new reservoirs have been constructed to regulate water flow during the rainy season. These measures are intended to provide an additional layer of protection, but officials understand that traditional infrastructure alone is no longer enough. In recent years, sustainable nature-based solutions have started to gain more attention. Wetland conservation and forest restoration projects have been introduced to improve the land's natural water absorption capacity.
Em biết đây là đè luôn.
By restoring these ecosystems, the province is not only reducing flood risks but also reviving biodiversity and protecting water quality. Another innovative approach is the development of sponge city initiatives in urban centres across Changsha. These projects include building permeable pavements, rain gardens, and urban wetlands to naturally retain rainwater and slow down runoff. Instead of allowing heavy rains to overwhelm drainage systems, the idea is to mimic natural hydrology, giving water a chance to seep back into the ground. This forward-thinking concept is seen as a way for cities to coexist with nature, rather than constantly battling against it. Technology has also become a powerful ally in the fight against floods. Advanced weather forecasting systems, satellite monitoring, and real-time river level sensors enable authorities to closely track potential risks and issue early warnings. These tools give residents precious time to evacuate and protect their belongings, reducing the loss of life and property. Public safety campaigns are being carried out to educate communities on how to respond to floods. People are learning what supplies to prepare, where to seek refuge, and how to keep themselves and their families safe. Awareness and preparedness are just as crucial as physical infrastructure in building resilience against disasters. Yet despite these efforts, challenges remain. Aging infrastructure in older districts still struggles to cope with massive floodwaters. Illegal construction and poor enforcement of floodplain regulations in some areas increase the risk of accidents. And most importantly, climate change continues to loom large. Warmer air holds more moisture, meaning that heavier, less predictable rainstorms are becoming increasingly common. What Changsha is experiencing today could become the reality for many other regions in the future. Without comprehensive strategies that combine engineering solutions, urban planning, community involvement, and environmental conservation, the cycle of destruction and recovery will only grow worse. Looking ahead, experts emphasize that flood control cannot rely solely on technical solutions. A multi-layered approach is essential, combining smarter urban planning, active community participation, and stronger environmental preservation. Cities must be designed with resilience in mind, ensuring that green spaces, wetlands, and natural waterways are preserved as vital buffers against extreme weather events. Education plays a crucial role as well. When citizens understand the risks and know how to respond effectively, entire communities become stronger in the face of disasters. Funding and cross-sector collaboration are equally important. Local governments, scientists, engineers, and community leaders must work together to implement proactive adaptation strategies rather than reacting only after a catastrophe occurs. The experience of Changsha is a stark reminder that modern cities must grow in harmony with nature, not in opposition to it. As climate change accelerates, the old normal no longer applies. Rainfall patterns are shifting, and what was once considered a rare weather event is now becoming increasingly common. For farmers in rural Changsha, every flood brings uncertainty and hardship. Many lack the resources to recover quickly, forcing them into cycles of debt and poverty. Strengthening rural economies, improving irrigation systems, and providing financial support after disasters are vital steps to ensure that vulnerable groups are not left behind. At the same time, policymakers must address long-term issues such as illegal construction in flood-prone areas and the deterioration of outdated infrastructure. In Wuki County, emergency crews worked around the clock to clear debris and direct floodwater away from public buildings. Sandbags lined the entrances of schools and hospitals. At the county's main square, the flagpole stood in the middle of a growing pool, the national flag soaked and dragging low in the wind. Transport across the province has been hit hard. Bridges cracked or collapsed. Rural roads vanished under brown floodwater. A major highway section in Jiaxui County gave out entirely, with slabs of concrete snapping and sliding down the valley. In many areas, trucks carrying supplies had to turn back or wait for hours.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the latest developments. Ooh!